morning. Are you ready for something very, 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 very exciting indeed? It is launch day. One of the most exciting days here at Crafters TV, of course, because we get to introduce you for the first time to something brand new. I'm Derek, by the way. Hello, if we've never met. I'm standing in for Joe while he's having a few days off, because we let him have a few days off every now and again. I tell you what, you are going to love what you see in this show. In fact, I know how much you love what's in this show already, because before the show has even started, a third of the stock of our brand new Christmas creator card panel dies has sold out and gone. This, Sara, is causing a storm already.
Oh, I know, Derek, and I don't know, have you done any work with creator cards yet? This might be your first foray into creator cards.
It is my first few baby steps, so I need all the help I can get. But I tell you what, from what I've seen so far, I am well into it. I love it. Well,
let me just tell you, Derek, I honestly think these are the best Christmas creator cards we have ever done. And you know I'm a huge fan about creator cards. For those of you that don't know what a creator card is, let me just explain, okay? So when we say creator card, Derek, what we mean is it creates a card in one pass through the machine. So if you have a little look here, all the dies in this collection come in two pieces. So you get an outside cut, but this part here does not have an outside cutting edge. So can you see it's going to stay connected into your card around here. So it means that you can create a card in one straight pass. Should we do one?
Yes.
Right, let's do one really quickly so you can see. I've just got very simple black piece of card, right? And I've cut the cardstock, because these are designed to work on a 6x4 card. I've cut the card a little bit larger so that we've got, it's just a little bit wider than 6. And then I've actually left a little bit of space on the bottom. I'm going to position that in there and just hold it in place with a little bit of tape while we send it through. So we'll get that just perfectly positioned. Hold the die in place. I'll go right in the middle here, and we're going to send it through the Gemini. So just regular Gemini sandwich. I'm going into the base plate. I've got my clear, my magnetic, and my top plate. And because it's a creator card, Derek, one pass, so in this case, because I'm using the junior plate, 10 seconds, you've got your whole card done in 10 seconds. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll start your Christmas cards nice and early in June. You'll do a couple, they'll look spectacular. You'll maybe do a couple in July, a couple in August, and we'll get to December and you'll still have a couple of hundred left to go. And then all that happens is panic stations. So what I then do is, this is when I resort to my creator cards, because they're so quick and easy. Now let's have a little look at this. If I just pop all of these bits out, you can see this one here is one of my favourite ones. Oh, I was going to say it's one of my favourite ones from the collection. I would say that about all 4 of them. There's only 4 dies in the collection, so you can afford to have all of them as favourites, right?
It's like magic, isn't it? Love watching it just appear from nowhere.
In seconds. And now, if you want to go really quick and easy, Derek, what you can do, here we go, I'll get these last couple of little bits popped out. You could use some printed papers for your backgrounds. I've actually just created a nice, simple, like a sparkle, just with the sparkle pens here, right? I'm going to put that inside my card, so that when you look through the front of the card, you'll be able to see the gorgeous design through the front. So there it is. As we look through, it's created that gorgeous card. Now, if I just show it from the front, should we get a little bit more? Should we take it like another little step again?
Yeah, why not?
Right, so what
it's
you can do...
It's so quick, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, that was super quick. So I'm literally going to add a little bit of cardstock onto the front. Here we go. So we're going to go straight onto the front with a little bit of that card. Just trim that down to size. I've got on here, let's have a look, I've got Happy Christmas, so we'll put a couple of our die cut pieces. Actually, what I would have done is I would have sprayed these. When I do some more advanced cards and we take our time, I'll spray these to get them perfect.
Well, you've got upgraded Brenda now, haven't you?
Oh, we are living the dream here, Derek, living the dream. So
you know a masterclass has been ordered for that, don't you, for the new Brenda?
Is that right?
Yeah.
How to make your own Brenda.
Yeah, we need to bring Liam in to do a masterclass.
Let's have a look. I'm going to pop this on here. Now, it looks good like that, right? That could be a nice, quick and easy card if you want. However, get a bit of gilding wax out, right? I'm going to open this up now. Because we've got that little star, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on a little bit of gold into the star. And then where it's coming, I'm going to have it like casting some moonlight shade onto all of our little reindeers and onto our rooftops. So it's kind of quite directional as it was, all coming out from there. And then what you'll find is when we lift that up now, just show that to, now look at that. I've done a whole card from scratch in a matter of just a few, I mean what? We're not even 5 minutes into the show, Derek.
We haven't even started yet. And that's one
what
card
a creator
done.
card is. That's what a creator card is. It is they're absolutely gorgeous, and you've got 4 brand new. It is the world launch today. You've got the Over the Rooftops, which is called The Night Before Christmas. Then you've got your absolutely amazing Bethlehem scene. I mean, this. You know I loved remaining of Christmas stuff. This one is fabulous.
Gorgeous.
Then, my favourite card in the whole collection, my favourite one in this collection, is this one here. So it's like your lovely little stag, your deer there. Again, all it is, Derek, is cut into the front of the card, this time with the card folder on the side, bit of paper in the background, and this time we've just coloured it with a little bit of coloured card over the top. And then you've also got this fabulous design. Let's have a little look. Oh, there's one. There's the one with this one. With the lovely Christmas ornaments. So if you want to do something really spectacular with your Christmas ornaments, this is the one to do it with. Isn't that lovely? That's a shaker card, this one. I'm going to show you how to do a shaker card a little bit later on in the show.
I love it. I love every single one of these. It's irresistible to get them all together because our main bundle here is amazing. You are getting all 4 of the creator card panel dies, but in reality you're only paying for 3 of them, and we are throwing in as well 10 sheets of our solar gold glitter card as well. These are extraordinary, and I have to say, I mean, over a third of the stock went before we even got to the show as well. It's an amazing buy. £46, $65. That is your Christmas cards taken care of, isn't it? Let me show you an example, just so we can put names to faces, so to speak. I'll just show you. Again, I love this. I think it's absolutely delicious, don't you? So this is the first option. This is the night before Christmas. Remember, you're getting all 4 of them included. You've also got Nostalgic Christmas. Now, Nostalgic Christmas is the one with the Christmas ornaments in it, and this is just absolutely, look at that, so sensational. And you know, Sara, you just showed us that wonderful reindeer. Well,
yes.
Have a look at this. This is the Nordic reindeer. And this is, now how has this been created, Sara, with so many different layers? Because for me, that is just Christmas in a box straight away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a diorama card. Well, if you want, we can do that next. It's not exactly that card I've got, but that sort of style. I can show you the concept if you want, Derek, because I love that one.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And that is the one that you are absolutely loving. It is way out in the lead in terms of people who are doing the multi-buy as well. I'll talk to you about the multi-buy in just a second. Here is that wonderful Bethlehem scene with a wonderful poinsettia on the front as well. It's absolutely, isn't it beautiful? Now the full collection there, £46, $65, is just incredible, and a third of that, so well over a third of that stock has sold out and gone. There is a multi-buy available for you as well, so any 2 of those for £25 or $35, which again is just off the scale value for money, isn't it? When you consider just how quick and easy it is to create these cards from these, it's amazing. Now, in the show as well, so we're launching those for the very first time, but in the show also, we have our quirky sentiment stamps, and I have a whole big pile of them here for you to choose from, because they will go just beautifully with everything that is in that collection as well. So let's have a little look at them. We have beautiful Merry Christmas. We have got, and I'll try and show you examples at the same time. I'll need about 22 hands here, but this will work, don't worry. We've got Naughty But Nice, and there's an example of that. There's 9 pieces in this collection as well, so 9 fabulous stamps. You've got Keep Calm and Get Your Ho 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 On, which again is really fun, isn't it? And here's an example of what you can do with that one. I'm Santa's Favourite, and there's a little example of those. Remember, all of these in this bundle here for £18.50 or $25.50. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's one of those. And you've got, I love this one. It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around it. So again, that's one of the 9. This is so popular, always popular when we bring it. This is really cute, isn't it? Sorry, Santa, but naughty just feels so nice. So true, isn't it? Sweet but twisted, we've seen this one, I know, and I know you love this one. It's always a really popular one because it's so neutral, isn't it? It's for those people who, you don't want to do necessarily a classic sort of Victorian traditional greeting. You want to do something that's a little bit different. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle is one of those as well. £18.50, $25.50 on those. Again, that is brilliant to buy with your Creator card dies. We've also got these wonderful sentiment stamps as well. Festive words. Now we've got 2 sets here. I don't know how closely you'll be able to see these, but you've got Merry Christmas, you've got Joy to the World, you've got Peace on Earth, Season's Greetings, and Believe. So that is your set 1, which is $14.99 or $20.99. And there is also a set 2 as well. So we've got this one here, which is your... Oh, hang on a minute. Stop the press. Hang on a minute. We're getting both? Oh, right. I thought we were talking about 2 different... Right, okay. Well, listen. Okay, well, let's go for it then, shall we? We're going to get both sets of these. It's going to be a buy one, get one free. See, Sara appears and all kinds of things happen. So it's a buy one, get one free. So you get both sets of those. Brilliant. £14.99, $20.99, and you're getting both sets. So they're usually that price for just one set. You are getting both there. I am loving that. We also have your aqua pens on the show as well. And of course, if you want that professional touch, then your aqua pens you've got to have, haven't you? Completely and utterly. Now, we have got the Floral Essentials and the Essentials collection. So 24 piece collection, and such a broad breadth of colours there as well, because your Essentials are kind of staples, and they're nice muted staples as well, perfect for Christmas. And then you've got your florals that you can go brighter and bolder with as well. So again, we're getting, I'll tell you what, you're getting both sets of those as well. £22.99, $29.95. The value is off the scale in this show already, isn't it? Listen, do keep in touch on the Crafters TV Facebook page. I'm on the comments here. I'm here for you. Any questions for Sara as we go along, please do get them into me right now, and we'll deal with them as we go. But let's go creating some cards, because that's what this new launch is all about. And these dies are awesome, Sara.
Oh, they're fabulous. You get that lovely like tunnel book card out, Derek.
Yes.
And I'll show you how. So I'm going to do like a diorama card like that. I'm going to do a one with 2 layers, but the one that you've got has got, oh, crikey, how many layers?
It's about 4 or 5 layers there. Was it?
It's amazing. But you can use the technique I'm going to show you and advance it up to make that sort of card if you want. Really, really easy to do, okay? And this is the beauty with all of these. Every card I'm going to show you, you can multiply by 4, because you can do every card with every one of the dies. Go and get your old creator cards out. Do all these techniques with those. But these 4 designs are absolutely spot on. I mean, they are just phenomenal. Right, let's have a little look. This is a diorama card then, Derek. So what it is it's where we do the card. I've cut my card a little bit wider than 6 inches on the top, because the 6 inches is what we're going to do for the die. We're going a little bit wider than 6, and then left an extra inch on the side and scored half an inch from the edge and an inch from the edge. So that gives us the diorama style. And I'm going to do that one with, this one really lends itself, the Nordic reindeer lends itself really well to what we would term snipping in. It's termed good snippability, Derek, so it's really nice. So you see that if we were to put that, look at that, I've got gilded wax all over my fingers already. Good start to the day, right? Now, if we were to use that with this outside die, it would cut away altogether and leave us a hole. The reason we take this out is because this then cuts in cookie cutter style into the front of the card. So I'm going to just get some little bits of tape, and I'm going to position that down there, hold that in place with a little bit of tape, and we'll send it through. This is how easy they are, right? So I'm using the Gemini Junior. I'm using the large Gemini with my Gemini Junior plates, which I think, I was explaining to people last week, this is like my favourite combination as it was, because it's so easy to do it like this. And then you've got the flexibility of being able to put your large plates through if you want, but you've got the speed of being able to work it like the Junior. So here we go. When I take this off now, so I take off my card. If you leave your die down and release up from it, it means that you're not going to have to sit and take anything out of your card really, because it's always all going to be out of the die. Now that is the full scene there, Derek. What I'll do is I'll put a little bit of that glitter card behind so that you can see the full scene. Isn't that lovely? This is the glitter card that comes included in the set. Now this is actually going to be my front scene. So what we're going to do is take away a lot of the background. So we're going to do it just with a little pair of scissors. So I'm going to come in and we're going to leave the deer, but I'm going to take away this tree. So you literally are just snipping away and cutting all of this stuff out of your die. So let's have a little look. We'll take this tree out here. So it's going to come off from the front of my little deer. We'll leave this tree in. So we'll cut all of this away here, but we'll disconnect it from the side so that it becomes a little bit more dimensional like that. I'm leaving it connected at the top and the bottom. And then if I cut this out here, that literally takes all of that away, and we're left with just the deer and the little tree. Okay, and he's like on the little bed of snow. Now what I've done is I've got another piece of card, Derek. So I've just got another piece of white card that we're going to put behind. I've already done one just to kind of speed things along a little bit. I've already done this where I've cut out the whole design again. Now this time what I'll do is I'll leave that whole design. Can you see how dimensional it is now when you have the full design behind and then just part of the design in front? And the card that you have, Derek, has the next layer leaves a little bit more, might just cut away the trees in the background, and then the next layer cuts a little bit more but leaves more in there. So again, if you show them yours, there you go. Can you just see, we've always said the deer gets cut out of the front 2 or 3 and it's left from layer 3 onwards.
Yeah.
The tree on the side's left all the way to the front layer. The tree on the right is left to the second from front layer. You just choose how much you want to take away. But it's exactly the same principle as the one that I'm showing you now. All right. So here we go. I'm going to mount this up onto a little bit of craft card. So I've got some of our extra fine foam pads, Derek, but I'm just going to snip them off here so that they're even a little bit thin. So these are the long thin ones, but I'm going to make them even longer and thinner again, if that makes sense, to go up the sides. Right, there we go. So I'm just snipping this up so that they're nice and fine. They're brilliant. This is from we have them on the website. If you go and have a little look, you'll see the packs of foam pads that we do. They've got all different sizes in there. Look how I'm able to trim this down. So this is 1/4 of the original thickness, but it's ideal just to go onto this this background one here. You're going to lose me, Derek.
I was just going to say, let's take this opportunity to wish Barbie happy birthday, as everyone does in the comments as well.
I didn't know we had a birthday in the house.
We got a birthday in the house, and everyone is wishing Barbie happy birthday as well. Everyone is loving this.
Barbie, I must ask, are you getting these as a birthday present? Is someone treating you to this set?
I think they should be. I think everyone in the comments would have a little whip round if they're not. Do you know what I mean? Everyone loving and remembering yesterday, I called us the Purple Kingdom. I think that's going to be my phrase,
Ooh,
you know.
I like
Welcome
it,
our friends to the Purple Kingdom for another day. This is such an incredible card, isn't it? I mean, I love it. I mean, I love just the way you can add that dimension and you can go as far as you like. I guess there's no real limit to how many layers you could add to that. And I guess, you know, as you're going through the different layers of trees there they could be different trees as you work your way back, because trees grow behind trees.
Absolutely.
So you could colour them slightly differently, Sara, as well, couldn't you?
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm just keeping this one nice and simple, keeping it all one colour. However, you could be doing these, like you say, and adding different colours on there. There's a gorgeous card how Fiona had it this morning on Create and Craft. This is done with the nativity scene and done in like a gold mirror card, and then some like rose gold card as well on there. And it just, you know, different layers in different colours, and oh my word, it just looks absolutely immense.
And if you've got in the very background, if you use, as in this example diorama card here, if you add a background which is like snowy mountains or something like that, you can add birds into the background as well. You can bring other elements into the foreground. I think the possibilities from something like this, when you consider that you're just cutting it time and time again and then just deciding, what am I sending to the back? What am I bringing to the front? It's incredible. Do you know the other thing, and I'm really into this, Sarah, at the moment as well, you know how you can get these little battery lights on little thin pieces of wire? Get some of those into the background as well, if you're using a black glitter card maybe for your background.
Well, Derek, you can buy them.
I
mean, I've seen them. People have said you can get them from like the pound shop.
Yeah, they're dead cheap.
And for those of you in the US, that's like our equivalent of your dollar store. So yes, it is super cheap, and it's just brilliant because you can afford to put a set with one of your cards. You don't mind doing that. Now, if I wanted to go another level again, Derek, actually, should I do it?
Yeah, go on.
Why not? Right. I wasn't going to, but let's do it because we've got 2 levels there. Let's put another level in here.
Well, the point here as well, Sarah, is that Mariah's just pointed out quite rightly as well, is that you can use this technique that we're doing right now, although we're talking Christmas right now. You could use this same technique for pretty much all your creator cards, that dies that you've had from us.
Every single one. Every single one. Now, what I was doing, I was just checking. So this full width is 7.5 inches. And it's 7.5 inches by 6 inches. So I'm going to get my trimmer out here. And oh dear, we've had a bit of a clap there. So I'm going 6 inches this way. And we're going by 7.5 this way, which should be perfect to go this card on top of it. Yes, it is. Right. So now I'm just going to eyeball this, just because, you know, we're live here, Derek. So let's have a look. It looks, instead of eyeballing it, let's measure it and put it in the centre. So 7.5. So half of that, 4.25. So I'm just going to come in an inch from either side and into there. Absolutely perfect. Right, here we go. Got that on there. Oh, I'm quite excited about this. So I'd only planned to do a 2-layer. But I've now quickly turned it into a 3-layer just to show you more of this snippability technique. This is what I love about Crafters TV, Derek. We can make up the rules as we go along.
Exactly, we can freestyle our way through like we're going off-piste down the Alps, skiing away. I couldn't ski to save my life, I couldn't keep my balance. Have you ever been, Sarah? Have you ever been skiing?
I've never been skiing. I think that could be disastrous if I'd love to. But yes, I know what I'm like.
Yeah, we can't do without you. I'm not quite sure how you demo, in plaster. Do you know what I mean? How's that going to work?
Yes, good point. Good point.
Let's keep you safe.
But it just shows, so that's why we say if there's a technique that you want to see, let us know in the comments and we will absolutely do our best. Now, let's have a look. So if we remind ourselves, Derek, the front one, we left just the deer in the tree. So this next one, we need to leave a little bit more. So I'm going to start and cut away the mountains in the background, because that seems like a nice, easy, obvious one we could take out. Mountains in the background can start and come out there. And, let's get rid of these mountains in this bit of background here. You see how easy this is to do, Derek?
It's
what a lovely die to do it with this is.
And it's fun as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
because you can see it all coming together. It makes you feel like the artist, even though the creator card did a lot of the initial work for you. There's still artistic license for you within it as well. That's the thing I love about it.
And I'm looking at this, Derek, and no disrespect to you, but I'm sure you won't mind me telling everybody, you're a relative beginner at this.
Oh, absolutely. Completely.
And I'm hoping you're looking and thinking, hang on, I could do this one.
Yes. And I'll have a result at the end of it that I was proud of. I was telling everyone yesterday, I've recently got my Gemini. It is now out of the box, and I had my first go. And I was a little bit... when I did my first one, and I messed it up, like a lot of people do on their first time around. And now I'm getting started. I'm still in that timid mode of, I can't show anyone yet. They'll all laugh. But you know what? With a creator card, you've got instant success, haven't you? First time around. It's guaranteed. You cannot go wrong.
Exactly. You really cannot go wrong. So look at that. I've built 2 layers into this one now. And then we're going to come in with our 3rd layer. And just a little bit of tape on there. So this is how, if you wanted to do multiple layers, like the one you had, Derek, it's just got multiple layers. Instead of being diorama like this, it's just all one shape, and you've got them, you can see the little side pieces at the bottom.
Yeah.
Brilliant, isn't it?
I just love it.
So there's this one. So that's when I've put my little bit of dimension into there. And then we'll shape this side at the back. Oh, I love going off pieced as it was.
It's good.
So this is just going to layer up, fold you up there.
Shall I just tell you what Barbie got for her birthday so far?
Please tell me she got these dies.
Well, I think she's working on it, but husband and son over the weekend bought the entire show collection of the Hunky Dory, plus the stained glass collection over the weekend. And I'm getting the feelings, Barbie, that that's just a so far message. There will be more, I'm thinking. Because you're so loved and treasured.
They were the pre-birthday presents. We know Barbie loves a Hunky Dory stuff. I bet she had an absolute whale of a time on that show. Right, so all I'm doing, a little bit down the side. I think that third layer has really added to that. I'm absolutely thrilled with that third layer. And then all I've got is a little panel to go on the bottom. Now here's the thing, right? I've die cut Merry Christmas. You've got those gorgeous dies on the shorter day. So if you just need some sentiments, the only problem is, Derek, getting bits of tape on these, like you saw me do in the first card. What a pain it is. So we're going to get Brenda out.
Here we go. The new and improved.
So all you do is you go face down. I'm a huge fan of spray adhesive. So she says I'm a huge fan.
Do you know anyone watching this show for the first time who doesn't know who you are, Sara, will think, well, that's funny. Look, she's got a box with her name on it. They might think you're called Brenda. Oh, I saw this lovely lady demonstrating this card. Her name was Brenda because she had a box with her name on it.
That is our aptly named Brenda the Spray Booth.
Brenda the Spray Booth.
So I was just using an old piece of cardboard, and Liam who works, he said, no, that's no good. That looks terrible on TV, Sara. You're going to have to have something much nicer. So I'm going to go Christmas down the bottom here. So, and I always put the biggest word on first. So there's Christmas, and look at that, I haven't got any glue where I don't want it. And then we can go with Merry, just in front of our Christmas. Merry Christmas. And there we go. That is how you do one of those diorama style. So that's a 3-level diorama, but you can build that up. Well, like I said, I'd only plan to do a 2-level. We're just freestyling as we go. If there's a technique you want to see, let me know. Do you want to know what I've got planned?
Yeah, go on.
Showing you how to do stepper cards with it. I'm going to show you how to do a shaker card. We're going to learn how to do a dome-fronted card. I'm going to do a little tea light holder bag. I'm going to do a box with a cut into the box. I've got, honestly, you've only got me for 2 hours, Derek, but I'm going to crack through these demos because I've got an awful lot to teach you because they're so versatile. That's the beauty about creator cards. There is so much you can do. And when you think every one of those demos you can do with all 4 of the different dies, they are literally outstanding. It is one of, creator cards are, you know I love 2 types of cards, our edgeable dies and our creator card dies. These are just the most colossal, phenomenal designs that we've ever done.
Oh, you've just reminded me of something as well. Talking about edgeables, cart load this afternoon. Make sure that you are here later on today. Also, gilding wax, which Sara used a wee while ago as well. Again, in the show, in the cart load show this afternoon. So let's have a look at the entire bundle of all 4 of these Christmas creator card panel dies. They're all extraordinary, and I know it's really, really difficult to choose your favourite one. And the bundle means that you don't have to choose your favourite one, which is brilliant. So you can take all 4 of them for an incredible price. Now, your all 4 offer really is, you're getting the 4th one. It's coming along for the ride. It's included in the deal. And as well as that, you're also getting 10 sheets of the Solar Gold glitter card as well. And we'll talk to you more about other glitter cards that are available on the show as well. They are brilliant. Now, there are 4 remember panel dies, so I'll take you through those in case you want to take advantage of the multi-buys as well. So the first one is the night before Christmas, and that's this one. I love this. That's brilliant, isn't it? With the windows there, with the Santa and the reindeer flying through the night sky. The next one we have is Nostalgic Christmas. Now that's the one with the wonderful Christmas festive decorations in it. That's absolutely stunning. Your most popular, and of course, it will race ahead completely. Now we've seen the demo there with Sara, and already I know you were loving this right from the get-go. It was well out in the lead, is the Nordic reindeer. And then we also have the Bethlehem scene as well, which I love. It's got that wonderful serenity. You can take it in lots and lots of different directions. Imagine that as a multi-level diorama as well, and everything that you could do with that, the backgrounds and so much more. So that's the 4 that are within. £46, $65 there for you. Most of you not paying that price anyway, of course, because you're so far up Club Inspire that you are getting that at not that price on that screen, which is brilliant. Don't forget you've got the 10 sheets of the Solar Gold glitter card in that as well, which is superb. Speaking of glitter card, I've got out the selection of the glitter card colours that we have got in the show. Now you are going crazy right now for the black. The black is really, really popular, but I'll show you the other colours that we have got for you as well. And you can do any 3 of these for £10 or $14. I'm just going to show you the glitter ones. There's the ivory. There's the gorgeous lilac, one of our favourite colours anyway, you know, in-house. Pale silver, which is really, really good. Beautiful. Lovely encapsulated glitter as well. Baby pink is in there. And we've also got the copper. Now, think of that in the background of those beautiful diorama cards as well. Anyway, listen, we need to get back to demo with Sara in just 1 second, but this is such a jam-packed week at Crafters TV because tomorrow we've got a very, very special Colour Me Happy, and here's Sara to tell you all about it.
Hey guys, we've got the most amazing show planned for you on Friday. Those of you who love illustration, maybe started with one of our Illustrator kits and have been playing around with our Spectrum Noir Illustrator pens, the fabulous Tatiana, who put this kit together, the world-renowned illustrator, is going to be with me live in the show. Now she's going to be walking you through some fantastic techniques, and what she's done is she's prepared some artwork that we can use to learn all of the techniques. So I want you to get ahead, go and download the artwork. Details are right on here. Download the artwork, get it printed out onto our Nina or an alcohol pen colouring card. Get your illustrators ready. Join me on Friday as she walks me, and therefore you guys as well, through the show step by step. It's going to be an amazing show, absolutely not to be missed. We'll see you there.
Seriously excited. You know, we're all going to be in one massive colouring coma for that, so do make sure you join us for that tomorrow. It's going to be brilliant. You are loving these creator card dies. Wendy just said couldn't resist and ordered the dear one. I'm not supposed to be ordering anything, but sometimes you just have to, don't you? Yes, you do. Absolutely. If it's going to make you happy, then absolutely do it, because of course instant result and you can't go wrong. See, this is me building in confidence now as well, thinking, right, okay, I need to get these because the snippability has given me a little bit of a challenge within there as well, and something to build on. So it's not just passing it through and there is my card. It can be if you want to be, but actually I can get involved in the creativity of these too, Sara.
Absolutely. And the thing is, brilliant for beginners, brilliant for more advanced people, everything in the middle. But if you're like me and you've got a lot of cards to do at Christmas, yes, you'll do a lot of really spectacular ones, but then when you just need to do them en masse, these are the ones to go for. Now I'm going to just show you the 4 designs again, okay? So we looked at that. Oh, these the deer. I've got a couple for this one, right? So there is that gorgeous deer. The same card style that I showed you right at the beginning part of the show. Just start with a slightly larger card, cut into the front. This has had another one cut behind it, so it's got like a bit of a silver shadow. Or on this one here, just a smaller card, but we've cut it out again and stuck them over the top so that some bits are white, some bits are blue. So that is your, it's like the deer scene. It's called the Nordic reindeer. Oh, here's another one for it in black. Oh, I'm going to be carried away with samples now, but it's all right because you just need to see them for ideas, don't you? Love that with the black silhouette and then the one reindeer cut out again in the silver. The second option, which is the one I'm about to use, is your Bethlehem, right? Now I'm going to show you how to do a stepper card with it. This one here, you won't believe how easy this is, Derek. So this is just sheet of A4. It's just been scored 4 inches, 4 inches. And so instead of making an easel card with a separate piece, it's just literally folded over, cut into the front, and then the craft card mixed with the Centura pearl there in the copper. And then all we've done is we've layered it over, but not layered everything. And I think that is just spectacular. That is the same one that's been done here. Same card as the one I just showed you earlier, but wow. A little bit, I'm going to do this with a little bit of the the tinting on there, if you just want to use one colour for a bit of like a monochromatic effect. That's the second one, your Bethlehem. Then you also have this one here. Now this is lovely because this is like a square one. So I'm going to show you a little bit later in the show how to use it to cut into the front of a box lid. So it looks really, really nice in the front of a box as well. But anything where it's cut out, this one's a stepper one, this one actually, cut out and you've got that square shape instead. Then the last one, because you've got so much, the last one is essentially coming free. So you can go, if you just want to multi-buy them, you can just buy a couple, or you can just buy one if you just love one. Trust me, you might as well, if you buy three, the fourth one's coming in as a bonus. You're not paying for the fourth one. The savings is the same as the price of one of them. And obviously you're getting the cardstock in there as well. That is your, I call it over the rooftops, because it is actually called your night before Christmas, because it depicts the night before Christmas scene. And I just love how in one set we go from something really modern, this is great for the kids, to something really traditional like what you've got with your Bethlehem, and then something really quite contemporary with your Nordic Christmas scene, and then also something really modern with those lovely Christmas ornaments or baubles or whatever it is. So we've tried to cover all bases, and let me just tell you, we were so disciplined, Derek, because actually there was about 20 designs that I had to choose from, say which ones are going to go into manufacture, and to just narrow it down to just 4, I could have chosen quite happily all 20. So you've got the 4 creme de la creme designs. So don't go for the multi-buy, just get all of them. Right, are you ready? I'm going to show you how to do a stepper card for this size die. So let me show you, I'll show you it so you can see what we're working towards. This is what I'm talking about, a stepper card that's perfectly sized to fit one of your creator cards into the front. Then we're going to do a little bit of inking on here as well. Now what we're going to do, Derek, you're going to cut down your cardstock. So whether you're starting with 8.5 by 11 or if you're starting with a sheet of A4, both of those sizes will cut to this size. That's why I've picked it. You're going to cut it to, we're going to cut it to 8 inches wide by 10 inches long. All right? So 10 by 8. There we go. And that's what you're going to start with. Now, 10 by 8, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our scoreboard, and we're going to use the inches side because I'm definitely an inches girl. So this is your pens and paper moment. What we're going to do is we're going to come in an inch from either side, Derek. So we're going to start off at scoring the 1 inch, and I'm just going to score it, but not quite all the way down the card. All right? Turn it right around and do the same at the other side. So I'm going to start about there and go to near enough to the bottom. So we've come an inch in from either side. Now, this was 10. So in the middle, we just needed to fold it halfway. So the halfway point is 5. So in the middle, you're going to score it at the halfway point. But then we're going to put in our little step. So I want the step to be an inch. So what we do is we go up an inch. There we go. And then we come down an inch, which means we need to come at 2. And then because our step is an inch from here, we need to step it an inch after here. So we'll come at 6 inches here. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
So we'll do it again. We're going to step up an inch and then step down an inch. And then because our step, the whole piece in the middle is raised by an inch, we need to put the step to accommodate that so it goes at 6 inches here. There we go. That is all of your scoring done. So all you need to do is come in with a nice metal edged ruler, and we're going to cut from the edge of this score line down to the front of this one. So can you see we've gone in that part there. Do the same again here, the edge of this score line to right down to the front of this one here. And then actually, look how easy this is. There's your stepper at the back, stepper for the other one to be a little bit in front of it. And of course, this steps down a little bit. And that gives me that perfect stepper card. So you can see it's like showing off the bit that's on the front. That's what we're going to do. We're going to show off the bit that's on the front here. And we're going to come in. Which one did I say? We're going to use the Bethlehem scene. All right. So I can now take my creator card. And because it's a cookie cutter style, we're going to cut in but leave it connected. So we're going to connect it in to the front of the card there. Can you see how I've just sized this perfectly to fit the front of your creator card? So that's just going to position there. And I'm going to stick this down here, and we are ready to go through. So sandwich combination, as always, is that you're going onto your base cutting plate. Then we're going to put our clear plate, we're going to put our magnetic and your top plate for your Gemini. So it's all that, just a regular sandwich. 10 seconds and we've got the card done. So that's the beauty. That's why they call creator cards. 10 seconds and your card is done literally in one fell swoop, as it was.
That's amazing, isn't it? It feels such a massive achievement, doesn't it? To be able to do that and to see the results literally just appear like, it's like alchemy in card making, really, isn't it? It's like turning water into wine. It's just miraculous.
Right there in front of you. Now look what I did. I left the die and I lifted the card from the die, which means that I'd have hardly any pieces to pop out from here. All right, just a couple of little ones. It's all stayed connected. Now to actually what was I going to say? Decorate all of the card. You can, if you want, put a piece of acetate behind. I generally don't. I've just got a few little bits and pieces here, so I'm going to pop a piece of cardstock behind here. So just a little bit of tape, and I've gone with just a nice pale blue to show it off. So that gives us a little bit of strength on the inside, and the design shows a lot better when it's onto colour like that, doesn't it? And then I've just cut a couple of little panels. So I'm going to just stick one on the front here, right across the front of my card. And then I'm going to stick two down the side, just to draw the eye in, because it's very plain otherwise, but I would say don't worry about overproducing these. Don't really feel like you have to do an awful lot to the rest of it, because actually it's the design that looks really spectacular. Now, you could leave it at that if you wanted. I've got a nice little bow to go on the bottom here. However, I'm going to show you how you put a little bit of colour onto it. So if you've got your ink pads, right, we've got the ink pads on the show today. I've got some straw bale, I've got some sandstorm, and I've got some seal brown here. And I'm just going to come in, Derek, with my little finger daubers so I can be really precise with the application of the colour. So first of all, I'm going to come onto the little star here and bring that off. And this is the same whether you're doing it with your, if you're doing it with your gilding waxes, you could apply just little bits of gilding wax to this, or any of your ink colours. So I've got a little bit of sand. What was that one called? Straw bale. The sandstorm, I'm going to come and place here all around the, that looks really good, around this bit here. And you can see just a little bit of decoration onto here. And then maybe it's also my little donkey. And let's have a look what the camels can be. The camels can be two-tone, I think. And then I come in with the darker shade here. So this is our Friar Brown. And I'm just going to take all this two-tone under here. And it just gives it a lovely bit of colour on here.
Quick question, Sara, from Cecilia in the comments. Now, listen, this is gossip that I haven't heard yet, so I hope I'm not speaking out of class in any way, shape or form, but there appears to be rumours going around about a USB coming out in October, and Cecilia is just asking whether stepper cards might be part of that.
So, who's been telling? Is that Joe been telling tales?
I promise you it wasn't me, because I have no idea what's being talked about. So you might want to fill me in on a little bit of detail there, Sara.
Actually, do you know what? Director Daniel's just told me. He's like, no, Sara, you told them when you were filming it.
Oh, okay, right. Well, you can tell us again now then, can't you?
Yes. There is a USB coming, yes, with loads of tutorials. I'm thinking, I didn't know we're allowed to tell people yet, but clearly I've told people. With a load of tutorials, and there's going to be a whole section just on stepper cards.
Brilliant.
So, but this is how you do a stepper card so that you don't have to wait for exactly this size. And all I think that needs to finish it off is a little bit of hot glue down there. We'll pop our little bow on the edge to finish it off. And then there is our stepper card ready and done. Fabulous.
I love it. I love it. I love the way everyone in the comments as well. They're there to dot you in every single time, Sara. Yeah, Cecilia says Sara told us. you told us ages ago, Sara says Sandra. Bev, I'm going to run through the aqua colours with you in a wee while. Let me just talk to you about this beautiful collection, which so many of you are getting. In fact, I just saw in the comments that is it Jean Marie says couldn't resist, ordered the whole set. Lots of people have. Don't worry, you're in good company if you've succumbed to the entire bundle there. It is brilliant because actually for the price of 3 of the creator card panels here. You're getting 4, and you are getting the 10 sheets of the solar gold glitter card as well, which is really good, isn't it? I mean, you just got to have them all, haven't you? So you've got that wonderful variety. We've got plenty more demos coming, by the way. I mean, Sara's on a marathon today on demo, so we're just going to get nothing but that. £46, $65. Lots of you taking advantage of that. You can buy them individually. You can buy them as a multi-buy as well if you want to. Most people are going for the big collection. In fact, over a third of that stock sold out before we'd even started the show, to be honest with you. Let's look at your aqua pens as well. And Bev asked me whether I could read out the colours of the aqua pens, because remember, you're getting 2 sets here. You're getting the essentials and you're getting the florals there as well. So from the florals, you've got begonia, rose pink, blossom, marigold, jasmine, sunflower. Sounds lovely, this, doesn't it? Like a walk through the park. Meadow, bud green, leaf green, orchid, heather and wildflower. And in your essential set, you've got peach, spice, terracotta tan, chocolate, sepia, lime, olive. Oh, do you know, Craig was right. I do need to go to Specsavers. Other opticians are available. You've got moss, you've got slate, you've got charcoal, and you've got black. Remember, you're getting both of those fabulous sets there for you. All 24 there for just $22.99, which is really, really fantastic. $22.95 in the UK, $29.95 in the US. Simple as that. Right, okay, we've got lots going on. Absolutely. I mean, this week is just bumper. It really is. There's so much going on. We have a special Colour Me Happy tomorrow. Everyone's very, very happy about that as well. Everyone's wishing Barbie happy birthday because it's her birthday today. She's having an elongated celebration. You know, do what everyone does. Turn it into a 10-day celebration. Diana says, what is USB? Now, as far as I know, it's one of those, you know, the plugs at the side of your computer that you plug your mouse and stuff into. We can get a whole load of content into one of those that you can stick into your computer. Is that right, Sara?
3 DVDs worth. So on one DVD, we can get up to 3 hours of content. But a lot of people don't have DVD players anymore on their laptops. Or it might be that you want to plug your USB straight into your TV, for example. So what we've done is I've recorded 3 DVDs worth, and instead of having them on 3 individual DVDs, we'll put them all onto one USB. So it's like an Uber 3 DVD USB that you can plug into any of your devices that have a USB port.
That's awesome, isn't it? That's absolutely brilliant, because that just gives you, yeah, that's right, because you can now with your TV, can't you? Just plug your USB straight into the back of the telly and then just watch it while you sit and craft. Watch it on the big TV. Fantastic. Right, okay, let's get back to Christmas, because I know, sorry, you've got a whole raft of demos and we want to see absolutely all of them.
Aren't we doing well, Derek? Look at that. We're not even halfway through.
I
and
know.
I'm going to have 4 demos at the halfway point.
What a team.
My record is 8 demos. My record is 7 demos in a launch day. So I'm going for 8 today.
We're going to smash it.
Right, Derek, this one's for you, right? So you are a brand new Gemini user. Mm-hmm. You could be like the millions of people who've taken up craft while we've been on lockdown, and you want to do some nice, quick and easy, but really professional looking Christmas cards. Got it nailed for you, right? So what you've done is you can, if you want, you can buy pre-done cards and envelope packs. We've got some on the website if you go and have a look. Or you can fold your piece of card down. I've made this exactly. This is a 6x6 card, right? So this die set comes in 2 parts. So you've got the outer and the inner one. I want you to leave the outer one. That's just like a bonus. This is the clever stuff here, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that right in the middle. So we've got this lovely big border, and I'm going to just check this. I might do this before we go. That is going to go around the outside. So I'm going to make sure that I've got this positioned. No, here we go, right in the middle now. Right, that's going to go there. Yep, that is positioned right in the middle, Derek. And then I'm going to hold that in place with a little bit of tape. So a little bit of tape across the middle there holds that in place. We're ready to go through. Now it's one pass through your Gemini. So you have your base cutting plate, then you just have the frosted, the magnetic, and your other cutting plate on the top. And it's not even, oh, don't you move about. It's not even 10 seconds to get this through your machine.
So you can have a little production line going, can't you?
Well, what you could do you know, for those people who are at home who make cards to sell, this is the sort of one where you can make 10 of them, make a little box and put all 10 cards in a box, And then you can sell boxes of homemade cards at Christmas, because there's no, in terms of our angel policy on this, there is no limitation to what you can be making and selling, because they're all our own designs.
That's incredible.
Right.
And
So
do you know, these look really distinctive on the mantelpiece as well, don't they? You know, when you see the shop cards, quite often you get the same card from 2 or 3 different people.
Yes.
We've all had it. But this just gives you a card that stands out from the rest. And of course, you can make it as glitzy as you like.
it does, it really does. Now, I'm just going to make sure that I've got all these little bits popped out, Derek, before we send it through again. That's a brilliant trick for you in terms of don't send this through to die cut anything else without making sure you've got all of the bits popped out, because then they won't cut very well. There we go, got all of those cut out. Look what I've done. I've got a little piece of, can you see a little piece of different coloured card? Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use my 2 pieces together. So I'm going to use the positioning one, the outside cutting. Let me just turn this upside down so that it can be, because it's magnetic on this side. And then the inside one inside it. So it'll hold those 2 together. Yeah. And then we're going to cut this in. And what this would do is, when this cuts out, it's going to cut you one out, but it's going to give you this outside. Can you see this is the outside cutting piece? So that's how you would get the outside one. I'm not going to do that though. I'm just going to cut this in to have another one to go behind again. So we're going to do like this really trendy, shadowy effect, which is, you're going to love this. And bear in mind, Derek, I've got my pointy finger. You know I get excited when I get my pointy finger out, right?
It's business.
I'm doing it with the traditional Christmas with the ornaments, but you could do this card with all 4 of these. There's only 4 designs in this collection, and I don't know how we managed to keep it to just 4, but trust me, I mean, you're just going to love all 4 of them.
Well, Sara, Christmas comes every year, so you know you can pick 4 more for next year, can't
Well,
you?
that's it, because the only thing is, you see, I look at this and I think, oh, right, well, you've got that nativity scene. Obviously, the nativity scene is really popular in 2021. Well, guess what? It's really popular every year. It's not just this year, it is literally every year. You're going to have the same designs that you're going to be able to bring out, because they will not go out of fashion. So, can you see what I've done? I've just slightly offset it, Derek, so that when we turn this over, you're going to get that gorgeous little bit of pink showing behind. And then all it needs is, I think I quite like the white showing through there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to line this one over the outside. And I've used my sentiment dies just to cut out a nice Merry Christmas again. So all you need is a nice easy sentiment to kind of finish it off. But I mean, that looks quite good just on its own, doesn't it?
It is. So classy,
it's
isn't it?
really spectacular there.
Do you know what I'd want to do with a panel like that, Sara, as well? And I know it's not necessarily a card, but the great thing about this is you can take it to so many different applications, as Sara's going to show us through the show as well. But I'd want to cut out, where you can see through there, I'd like to cut out that panel. And you have little windows in your front door, you may have in a door somewhere. You know, as instead of a Christmas wreath on the outside of the door, how about one of these right in there? Because you can still see through it, get those wonderful colours through it. And I think if you've got a little, you know, sort of a little, what do you call it, where you've got a square on your front door and it's divided into 4 little windows, you could have all 4 in the windows. How cool would that be?
Nice. I like that idea. I love that idea. Now, how good does that look? I mean,
beautiful.
And that, bear in mind, that whole card, Derek, all I'd done is cut out the Merry Christmas in the frame.
Yeah.
That whole card took us about 3 minutes.
I know.
And it's not, I don't want you to think it's just the quick ones. I'm doing the quick ones to try and show you the amount that you can do. Because at Christmas, crikey, we have a lot of cards to do.
It's true. It's very, very
true. You can
true.
go from the very simple ones like this up to those really advanced ones, like you showed us with the diorama in there. Start doing your inky backgrounds, your glittering onto there, and you can take this from basic right up a level. And in the second half of the show, I'm going to do some more advanced demos as well, but I wanted to just remind you how easy it could be.
It is. It's stunning. And the great thing is, it's not like a one-trick pony, isn't it? It doesn't just do one thing. You can take it in so many different directions. So many of you taking advantage of the whole complete bundle. You know, on a launch day, that's always the place to be, isn't it, really? When, remember, you're getting all 4 of those panel dies, basically for the price of 3, and you're getting your 10 sheets of the Solar Gold glitter card in there as well. £46, $65. Most of you not paying that price, of course, because you're a Club Inspire member, because you're a canny wee soul, and that means that you're not paying those prices on the screen. The website does all the working out for you. It's so clever. So grab yours now. Lots and lots of you are. Remember, bear in mind, we started the show, nearly an hour ago. Blimey, that hour's gone quick, isn't it? With a third of the stock already sold out and gone before we even started the show, because you are amazing and very canny, and you spotted that everything was out there. Right, let's have a run through everything else that is in the show as well. We've also got our quirky sentiment stamps as well, and these are brilliant fun. You've got a set of 9 in there for you for £18.50 or $25.50. Massively popular. Modern Merry Christmas, Naughty is the New Nice, Keep Calm, Santa's Favourite, It's Beginning to Look Under the Tree, Sorry Santa, Sweet But Twisted, and Tinsel in a Tangle, which is me every December, by the way, as well. So they are yours, £18.50 or $25.50. We've also got your festive words as well. Now, apologies for my confusion earlier. I didn't realise you were getting both of these. This is a buy one, get one free. So you're getting festive words 1 for your $14.99, which is the regular price for one set. And we'll send festive words 2 for absolutely free. And you've got things in there like Joy to the World and Merry Christmas and Season's Greetings, Believe, Peace on Earth, Holiday Cheer, Ho Ho Ho, Peace, Merry and Bright, and you've got Happy Holidays in there as well. All of those, $14.99. It's basically buy one set, get the other set free because we love you. $14.99 in the UK, $20.99 in the US. We've also got liner tape, and we've got it in 2 really good sizes to have it as well. Actually, if you have got detailing that you need to actually stick down, then liner tape is always your friend, isn't it? So it's 2 different sizes there. You've got the 3mm and the 6mm, and it's brilliant, worth its weight in gold for that tiny price there, £4.75 or $9.81. It is incredible. Now listen, while you decide what goodies that you are having, even if you are hands behind your back and they're tied as well, you must not go near the credit card or anything, but this collection is just too beautiful to resist. Here's how you can shop and watch at the same time.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Fantastic, and that's how easy it is, and lots of you have done it already, and lots of you are in the process of doing it right now. Really busy on the show. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, Christmas gives you a nice warm feeling anyway. It's a brilliant escape, isn't it? Making Christmas cards at any time of the year, especially doing it now. I know we're in kind of like the height of summer, which is, you know, more summer depending on where you are in the world. But it's a nice escape, isn't it? And it's nice to know that you've got your Christmas cards sorted. You've got such a different variety of tools to be able to use from Crafters Companion to just make it so easy. I mean, for me as a beginner, now I've been watching the demo. I knew this would be nice and easy anyway, but after watching the demos, I've got lots of ideas of my own already just from seeing the demos and seeing the samples that we've got here. It is incredible. Talking of demos, listen, I want as many as I can because I really like this set, Sara.
Oh, I know. You can't not. It's just gorgeous. And it's the fact that we can do so many things with it. Now, I've done the first hour of the show, we've seen 1 different style card. But should we have a reminder what we've done? So we started off with the nice and simple, just creating a very basic card, right? So if you've missed the start of the show, this is what you're going to go back and watch, right? So we did the nice, simple, over the rooftop scene, the night before Christmas, cut into the front of a card. Then I taught everybody how to start and do simple dioramas. So we did a 3-part diorama But if you wanted to do a 4 or 5 part diorama like the one that Derek's got, you could build in from there as well, okay? Then I'm trying to think, what did we do next? Is that when we did our stepper card? Yes. So then I showed everyone how to do the stepper card. So you can go back and learn exactly the measurements that you need to be doing that perfect stepper card. And then as if that wasn't enough, we went right back to basics and I was like, here's how you do a nice, simple, but very professional look card. 4 very, very different looks, all done from the same collection, right? So now we're going to do some different ones again. So I'm going to go and use that, dear. This is the one that everybody's loving, by the way. In fact, this is the one that's going absolutely crazy. You know what'll be happening, Derek? We'll be here like next week, and it'll be a 3-part set.
Yeah.
And then we might be here the next week and it'll be a 2-part set or whatever. But this is going to be, this is the design that everybody is absolutely loving. All right. So I'm going to use that one, but I'm going to do it into a dome fronted card instead. So if you want to do a dome fronted card, let me show you how you're going to start. You're going to cut 2 bits of card to get yourself started. I've done my base card to, it's just a 6x6. Well, it's actually a 6x5. I cut this one a little bit shorter. So 6 inches wide by 5 inches long. And then what you need to do is you need to cut another piece of card and that's the full card folded in half, by the way. Another piece of card that's the same depth, but then can you see what I've done? I've put an inch score line in from either side, but the base card itself I've made about 1/2 inch wider. So can you see that? If you take account the fact that I've scored an inch in from either side, that piece with the score line in needs to be about 1/2 inch wider than the rest of the card. No, it's not even quite half, because you need to be able to wrap this around the front, and when you do, create a little bit of a dome. You see, that's how you get that dimensional feel around it. So I'm telling you, instead of giving you the exact sizes so that you can recreate this, the bigger the gap, the more the dome is. If you want a bigger dome, you just leave it more wide. So I've only gone for a small dome so that it'll just go into maybe a 1/2 inch deep envelope box. So once you've got your dome ready, you put the card to one side. And I'm going to bring in that lovely deer scene that we had. And you only need the creator card for the first part. And I'm going to put it near the top part so that we leave a little bit down here that you can add your sentiment onto there. And you must hold it in place while you send it through the machine. So a little bit of tape on here perfectly holds that in place.
Sarah, quick question, just while you're assembling there. You're using what you call your favourite combination, which is the big Gemini with your junior plates.
Yes.
We can send this through the junior.
Yes, they will. Everything will go through the junior, and also every card that I'm making, each one of these concepts will cut using the junior. You don't even need the larger plates for positioning. They're all going to cut perfect.
Great, because it was just a couple of people just
Yep,
checking.
no problem.
And also the junior plates, if you are using them on your larger machine, get them through 6 seconds quicker.
Yes.
As well.
And do you know what? 6 seconds makes a big difference
It
to us
does.
crafters. You know, every little bit counts, especially if you're
Absolutely.
batch making for Christmas cards.
Well, you're never going to get it back, are you?
You're not.
You can't have it back at the end, so you may as well save it right now while you can.
Right, what I'm going to do is, because the base card's made out of craft card, Derek, that's difficult to colour, so I'm going to just cut another sheet with some watercolour card, but I'm going to cut this out and stick it over the top. So what we can do is, we can use the positioning mat. So this is the magnetic one. I'm going to use the outside of the die this time as well. So use the outside of the die and the inner together, and this time it'll cut you a whole frame out. So I can then put my cardstock on, put the top plate on, send this through, and it will cut me it out, and we're ready to colour. And I'm going to use those lovely aqua pens that we've got on here to do a little bit of colouring onto these. So can you see, when I lift this off now, this one here is actually cut out. It's not connected in the card, it's separate, which is absolutely what we want now. And I'm going to colour it all up. So I've got 3 colours. I've got moss, chocolate and jasmine. I've got my little brush on here. Now what you can do is you can either colour straight onto here. So for example, for my little deer, I might just colour straight on, and then if I take a little bit here and then use the water I can completely wash it out there with a little bit of the water, just to give it a little bit more. So I mean, if you want to just colour it straight in, you absolutely can, but I quite like them having that little bit of depth of colour in there. It looks a little bit more genuinely fur-like, doesn't it? There we go. And then if you ever want it to be deeper still, right, you can either add a little bit more on there. So I'm going to add a little bit more to make it a little bit more fur-like. Or the other technique that you can do, Derek, which is what I'm going to do next, is you can colour onto the side. So I can just put a little bit down here, and then I can pick that up. So now I'm going to colour the centre part of the tray. I'm going to use it like a paint.
Okay. So you're just giving that trunk some texture.
I'm going to give it a little bit of texture, all of my trunks, and then I'm going to just colour the branches in separately.
And all the colours that Sara's using right now are in, you see at the bottom of the screen, there's that little strap there. The 24 pens collection there has all the colours that Sara's using. It's a really nice broad selection as well, actually. So it's great for nature and it's great for the winter scenes, but there's some nice brighter pops of colour there as well. So if you're doing things like florals and things like that, so they really come to life. It's a nice broad selection.
Right, I'm going to just take a little bit of the green now for the trees. Right, this is a good practice for you for tomorrow, Derek.
Yes.
So this is what happens. This is Sara in a colouring coma.
Yeah. Well, we have got an absolutely awesome Colour Me Happy tomorrow. Really, really special one tomorrow that you must be there for. I get to kind of sit back, relax with you, as Sara actually becomes the pupil tomorrow on Colour Me Happy as well. So it's going to be really, really exciting. I don't want to tell you too much about it beyond what Sara has told you already, but make sure you're here because it's going to be really, really good. Serious, nice way to round off the week as well. And I think we're all going to get something for that far beyond what we know so far.
Well, it's nice.
Brilliant. Beverly's a bit worried about you, Sara. She says, hope you're okay, Sara. You need to slow down a bit. She's all right. She's happy as Larry. She's trying to beat her record of demos within one show as well. That's a personal challenge today. Marlia says, love dome cards. Lisa says, I'm sorry, I'm a bit late today. I was having some retail therapy at the Crafters Companion website. Do you know what? That's forgivable. Absolutely fine. We have to find a way of doing like an online coffee shop, mustn't we? You know, an online sort of chill out space on our website. Although, as I discovered as well, for all of these different types of cards and techniques, there's like other demo videos, like educational videos, right the way through the website as well. So we are there to hold your hand every step of the way, let me tell you. Oh, Sandra, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. You'll have to go and have a look at Sandra's comment to find out what that's all about. Absolutely.
That
Junior
sounds
plates.
very ominous.
I know. She's asking for some gossip I possibly don't even know the answer to. But you'll find out later in the day. Sandy says she's going to have a little watch later. And Diana's starting her Christmas cards here real soon. And hey, Sara, you're leaving Craig and I in charge of the cart load this afternoon as well. I mean, this is going to be my first. And I'm a little bit excited because the deals in there are absolutely awesome. But
well, you better be ready, Derek, because all I can say is it gets pretty fast and furious when we're doing a cart load. Yes. So just be warned. Don't say you weren't warned.
Big savings in that one as well. Craig and I are going to be super hypercharged for that one as well. So make sure you are with us for that, definitely. Right, where have we
Are you
got
ready to put this guy? So I've sprayed the back of my white one that I coloured, and I'm just going to line that up exactly over that. Well, it can be exact, or if you want a bit of a shadow, you could always slightly offset it. I like this. I've just got to take that straight over the front here. And it also gives a nice bit of strength to that as well. So it's craft card on the back, but then you've got that lovely coloured one on the front. And then you see this here. I'm going to bring this in. This is going to wrap around the front of our card, but it's much easier to cut another piece of card the same size as the front of your card and to wrap this around there. So you see if I pop this tape down the sides, what you'll find is this will then wrap perfectly. So I'll do it from the back so that you can see. I bring that on there and that will go down. So it goes flat at one side, but bear in mind you can't stick it flat for the other one because the whole idea is that it has that little bit of a dome on it. So it's got that slightly rounded element to it. Now, bit of a tip, right, Derek? If you when you've made these before, can you see the back's trying to bow as well as the front, but we want it flat on our card. So use your red liner tape, because your red liner tape's really, really strong. So use the red liner tape and don't go downwards, because that's the way the other card is. Go across your card like this. So go across the sides of your card. And I'm going to stick with both pieces. So there's one, and I'm going to bring it across the top as well. Same with the other piece. So now we've gone crossways. Get that stuck really, really well, and then peel the back off your red liner. That's always the difficult part, isn't it? Getting the back off your tape. One and then two, and the base card you see I'm doing is a 10-fold card, so it's nice and strong. But when I come to pop this on here, this is going to go, there we go, I'm going to stick that down flat there all the way along, and you can see there that that forces the back to go flat, which then by default forces the rest of my card to perfectly bow up a little bit. And you'll see all I've done from here is I've used the Happy Christmas. I'll just give that a little bit of a spray as well. So in comes Brenda, a bit of a spray on the back, and we can stick these down. Or if you haven't got the sprays, you can always use I'm trying to think what we've got. Your Xyron, pop it through your Xyron, for example, right? And I always start with the longest word first. I'm going to work from the right. I'm going to put Christmas on there, and then I'll have Happy just in front of it. And obviously we put that amazing deal together with your Christmas sentiments on a buy one get one free, so that you had, if for those of you that are brand new and just starting out like you, Derek, all you need on top of the creator cards is your sentiment dies and you're sorted.
Yeah, I need those. I definitely need those.
Do.
I mean, I'm like everyone else. I need everything that's on every show. But I think actually when it comes to Christmas, I am determined that my Christmas cards are going to be made this year. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to buy a single one this year. I am going to make them at last and put my money where my mouth is as well. And the thing is, it's such a bargain as well, isn't it? Because the Festive Words collection and the big bundle, and that's it. I am completely and utterly sorted. Robin wants to send you ginger brandy for your cough, Sara. Lots of people giving you virtual hugs.
I've got it off my husband. He's been loaded with cold for the last 3 weeks, and I've thought, yes, I've managed to get started. He's just coming out the end of his, and then I start coughing this morning.
It's funny, isn't it? Lots of people, like right in the middle of what we laughingly call summer in the UK, which goes up and down and hot and cold and wet and dry and all over. It's crazy, and everyone has a little bit of a cold during the summer. Let's take you through the whole collection. I'm going to show you finished samples of each of the panel dies that we've got, because they are so awesome. We've seen the demonstrations with Sara so far, but let me show you. First one is the night before Christmas, and I think that's so nice with the little lights there in the houses. And then of course you can see what kind of time of night it is, and that's another one of those dome cards as well. And I always wondered how you stopped the back of that bowing and kept that kind of solid, but now we've got that liner tape trick to get us all sorted there. Then we've got, now this one, I know it is normally we would call this style festive ornaments. On this set, this is the one that's called Nostalgic Christmas. And I love it with the baubles there. And I love the way the baubles are kind of nestled within within the tree there. It's like they're mid-tree. And think of how much decoration you could do to your festive ornaments, or baubles, as you know we call them here in the UK. This is the one that has completely, head and shoulders, has been the most popular since the launch, which, remember, today is the world launch of this collection. Busy for this one, and that multi-layer diorama is just beautiful. And the last one, the fourth one of that, is the Bethlehem scene, and how serene And the great thing about the Bethlehem scene is you can take it very, very muted and very, very traditional, especially if you're colouring it up with your aqua markers. But again, you can also make it very contemporary as well, very modern, because actually it's the adding of the sentiments, isn't it, that really kind of changes the character of a card like this. So the whole collection there, which remember the deal on this as well. And this is why I am here, to be honest with you, is to share with you the joy of a deal that normally, listen, I've worked for lots of companies representing lots of products over lots of years. And what happens is when a company launches a product, generally speaking, they will launch it at what is called full price. Crafters Companion, they don't do that. And listen, they're not paying me to say that in particular, but they don't do that. So you're getting a launch offer. This is the world launch today, where essentially you're already paying for 3 of the creator card dies and you're getting 4 of them, which gives you many more options. Plus, you're getting 10 sheets of the Solar Gold glitter card as well. It's an amazing glitter card as well because the glitter's encapsulated within the card. So it's not one of those that sheds and glitter ends up absolutely everywhere. It's brilliant. I mean, I love it. I think it's really, really good. Amazing value as well because it makes it so affordable, doesn't it? There are multi-balls available. You can buy individually as well if you want. Most people are going for the full collection. Stock-wise, we are, I think it's of the entire stock, is it something like 40% as, how many? 40% of what is launch stock. So launch stock is always going to be the very, very biggest stocks. And that shows how much you guys are absolutely loving this. Now, we've also got that Festive Words collection as well. And this is really good. And it sits side by side, this collection, absolutely beautifully. And you've got 2 sets. Now, you're only paying for one, but you are getting both of them included, and they are so broad as well. So you've got Noel, you've got Holiday Cheer, Happy Holidays, Merry and Bright, Ho Ho Ho, Peace, Joy to the World, Believe, Peace on Earth, Season's Greetings, and Merry Christmas as well. So lots and lots of different styles and accents on those, and you're only paying for one set. So usually one set of these $14.99 or $20.99. Today, 2, and they're both relevant to each other. It's not like your free thing is like a summer selection or something that's not related to what you're buying in the first place. They're both festive sentiments. And Christmas is one of the biggest card making times of the year. In fact, it must be the biggest card making time of the year, isn't it, Christmas? Got to be, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Now, we've also got your aqua markers, your aqua pens in this show as well, which is really, really good. It's the 2 sets, so it's the floral and the essentials collection. Shall I show you just very, very quickly? So you're getting 24 here. So here is the essentials collection. Now they're slightly more muted, great for those woodland scenes. Oh no, there's lovely pinks there as well, great for skin tones, etc., etc. So a really, really lovely collection of peach spice, terracotta, tan chocolate, sepia, lime, olive, moss, slate, charcoal and black. Forgive my eyesight, I'm trying to read them from the back. And then you've got your florals, which is really, really bright and inspiring, isn't it? And very, very versatile as well. Do you know what? You're going to definitely want something like this in time for tomorrow's Colour Me Happy. And so the floral selection: begonia, rose pink, blossom, marigold, jasmine, sunflower, meadow, is it bud green, leaf green, orchid, heather, and wildlife. It could have been bad. It'd never be a bad green. There's no such thing as a bad green. It's my favourite colour. Absolutely lovely. Right, okay. Which demonstration number are we up to, Sara, now? I forgot.
We're
up to 6?
6. We are going good. We're going good. I'm on to set a new target today. Right, so I thought we'd do a shaker card because all of these are perfect for shaker cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Night Before Christmas one, which is your second, no, it's not, it's your third favourite. I can't believe something this gorgeous is third favourite out of 4. But then we have got that lovely deer scene in the Bethlehem ahead of it, so I can kind of understand it in that respect. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a shaker card. So I'm going to do the scene first of all in a little bit of black cardstock. So I've just cut the black card a little bit bigger so that we can cut it in. If you use the one with this around the outside, you see, you're not going to have enough sticky to put your sticky bits on, to put your 3D foam tape on. So I've just cut the card a little bit larger. And again, what I'm going to do is, Derek, just take a little bit of tape and hold that in place so that we can then send it through the machine. So we're going into your base cutting plate, clear your magnetic top plate, and away we go through. And I thought we'll try something a little bit different and use one of the bits of the cardstock here, right? So I've got the gold cardstock. I'm going to bring this one out first of all. Let's have a little look. Pokey tool is usually right in front of me.
It's there somewhere.
It is indeed. Right, so that's going to come off there. And I'm going to just tap that so that everything comes out. I want everything out of the die and out of the piece there. There we go. That is literally perfect, ready to go. And what I'm going to do, before I add anything else on, little bit of gilding wax. So my favourite technique to do with this is get your gilding wax, right, onto your finger, but take most of it off. That star, I'm going to colour that star silver first of all, and then just have a little bit kind of shooting off, right? So it's just coming from around here just to kind of give that a little bit of a shooting star element. And then I'm going to add a bit more as though it's dancing on the rooftop. So as though it's coming from the star, and I'm just going to have it all the way down here shining on those lovely little rooftops.
People have spotted, Sara, that the gilding wax is a nice little deal on those on the cartload show that, funnily enough, doesn't start for another 3.5 hours and a bit, but people seem to have spotted and found it there already. There's a nice little saving on that as well. Craig and myself are with you with the cartload show this afternoon, which has the gilding waxes in them. So if you want to fill your boots, you can do it right now.
Right, you're going to be a little bit more gentle than me, needless to say, but it doesn't matter because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this onto a piece of acetate, because obviously this is going to be the front of my shaker. So we'll get this and I'll pop it in Brenda, give her a nice spray all over the back, and then we can stick this onto our acetate. And then I'm going to show you a bit something else that I fancy doing that I think is going to look really quite nice with that glitter card. So there's the spray on it. Spray it, give it a couple of seconds for the propellant in the can to evaporate so that we're left with just the adhesive. Piece of acetate, please tell me, where's my acetate? I did cut a nice piece of acetate, here it is. I'm going to put it on the glitter card because I might be able to see it a bit better. Yeah, only just marginally. Let's have a little look here, Derek. Right.
It goes invisible, doesn't it?
This is the only problem with working with acetate. So I'm going to stick that down there. Lovely. All right, so that's ready to go. That's ready to kind of work with. What I thought we'd do is do a little bit of paper piecing as well. So I'm going to take my die and just use a bit of this gold glitter cardstock, and I'm going to pop it through and give it a nice good cut out. So that'll go onto there. We're going to cut straight through, clear top plate, your magnetic in there, another 10 seconds through. Now, I don't know if I'll get a chance to do all this, but I'll be able to kind of show you the effect that you could do with this. So, see all those little windows there? They're all empty at the moment. You can make them look like they've got lights in, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this off here. I'm going to use my little pokey tool, and I'm going to poke these lights out, just a few at a time, so that we can stick them in. Oh, can you see? Here's my little light. So that what you can do is come in with your little fine tip glue applicator and put a little bit of glue into these windows. And if you wanted to go really advanced with them, you would just take out these little pieces and stick them in. Is that one? Hang on, let's just have a little look. That was the top right. Top right. And I'm going to pop this in. You're going to lose us again, Derek. And I'm just going to paper piece a couple of these little gold bits
Now,
in.
on this other sample, Sara, I think they've managed to do the same thing, and in a different way.
Yes.
Because it's almost like they've used a double. So if I show you on the inside of that, if I take you on the inside, I don't know whether you can see it.
Oh,
What they've done is they've actually put
are you breaking the fourth window for the?
Yeah. So
yes.
they've used kind of like a double-sided from the back and then paper pieced in. Now, I guess you've got to have a pretty steady hand to do it that way.
Yeah, or you can just, I think what they've done with that one, sorry, is they've just literally stuck it behind, cut some little bits of glitter card and stuck them behind.
Oh, I see.
They don't have to be. Do you want me to show you that way as well so you can see both options? That is me paper piecing it in.
Yeah.
Your other option is just to get some little pieces like this, right? And to just cut them really tiny
Oh,
And
so
then
just the
that-
size of the back of the house, and then
just
that
the size of the back of the house, yeah. And just stick it behind like that. So that is your other option, is to stick your little pieces just behind. So whatever you find easier, I'll do you one of those ones.
I
so you
like
can
the
see
paper
difference.
piecing option actually, because it feels like you've achieved something, doesn't it? It feels like you've put a bit of your skill into that as well. So there are two ways of doing it, but actually I like the paper piecing way, because that just feels like, oh,
Feels more crafty, doesn't
I can
it?
be creative, because you can cut that out many different times and cut it out in different shades of, maybe you wouldn't go just one yellow, maybe some would be orange, maybe some, just to mix things up a little bit as well.
Yeah, you can do it however you want. Now, watch what I am going to do is I'm going to take this little sleigh and I'm going to pop the sleigh out. Let's have a look. I'll tap the whole thing out. There we go. So,
Sara, while you're doing that, those trees that are on the front of that as well. Could you take your little, your is it the dimensional glue with the glitter? You had it in your rose gold collection. Could you take that and you could put little dots on the trees, almost like it looks like the trees have little lights in them as well?
you could, if you wanted, you can do anything you want, Derek. This is the beauty of it. So look at this. I'm going to take this now, this sleigh, and this sleigh, the whole thing, if you wanted, I'm actually going to snip a little bit of it away. So I'm going to leave the bottom part here, and I'm going to just take my little Santa Claus and stick it over the top so that we've got a whole dimensional piece over the top there, just to make it all stand out. And you see there? So you've got all these options of little bits of things that you can do. But actually, if I remind myself, I'm supposed to be showing you how to make a shaker card, aren't I? And I've got
Well, that's where we
waylaid.
started.
That's where we started.
We keep
I've
going
got-
off piece, don't we?
Well, because there's so much you can do with all
There
of
is.
these dies. Loads and loads of different ideas. So you go and finish that however you want to with all these different pieces. But when you're ready to make it into a shaker card, what you're going to do, on the back here, get some of those. These are from the foam pad collections we do. They're brilliant because they're big pieces of foam. This is what you want, right? And we're going to go all the way around. Just make sure you don't have any gaps in them so that the foam pieces the shaker pieces can't come out. Otherwise it won't work. So I was make sure I closed up that gap there, and then all the way around, all four pieces. And this is going to have our shaker card bits in and go on the front of the card.
Oh, I just had another idea then. If you used that second method to do the windows there, you've almost got a line that's straight across there that you could create. And you could have a 2-level shaker. So you could have some different coloured shakers, like smaller granules in the bottom, in that bottom row of houses. And up in the sky, you could have something else going on as well, couldn't you?
Love that idea, Derek.
Do you know, I had
Love
2
that.
ideas yesterday. I generally only have 2 ideas a year, and I had 2 yesterday with Craig, and I've had another one today. I'm definitely going to need a lie down today.
I think you've been absolutely wasted, Derek, talking about cruises. There is a crafty person under there
There is.
dying to get out with
There
all
is.
of these lovely ideas, and I'm sure everybody watching today and commenting will totally agree with me.
Yeah, completely. I feel like, I am taking those first little gazelle steps, just having the ideas, and watching the demos brings everything together
Brings
for
it
you,
out.
doesn't it? And it gives
Yep.
you the confidence to say, right, here's my idea. And I wonder what Sara would think of my idea. Well, listen, when you've done them, get them emailed in, because Sara loves to see what you've made as well. Because Sara,
Yep.
you get lots of inspiration from our guys at home.
Oh, that's the best part. The best part of our job is seeing what everybody else has done and getting all your ideas, because we don't have all the ideas, Our
Look at
ideas
that.
come from what you're doing. So there's all the shaker pieces in there, and then that is literally going to mount onto the front of a little card, and we've done an awesome card really quickly and easily. And that's me going off piste again and trying to show you a few different ideas. But you see, even just doing the basic, I love this with the little window pieces in as well, if you want to do a bit more of that. How fab does that look?
Are they your rose gold sequins you've got there in the back?
They are indeed.
Look at that. See, I've been here too long now. I can
Ah,
spot
that's
everything.
it.
It's brilliant. I love it. I love it. And we'll see whether we can get... Oh, yeah, we've got a good half an hour. Yeah, we're well on track to break that record, Sara.
Absolutely.
Lots and lots of people coming in and buying the complete collection and buying their individuals as well. Janet just says, hi, Derek and Sara. I've just ordered the reindeer one. It's so brilliant. I've got so many parcels that are on the way. I think the postman will go to melt down with all these parcels I've ordered, but it will feel like Christmas, Boxing Day and New Year's Day all rolled into one once they've arrived. And she also says, Merry Christmas, everyone. And I think you're probably the first to wish anyone Merry Christmas this year. So well done for getting there first. Janet. Deborah says, morning from Texas. She says, I was a bit lazy this morning and I slept in a bit, even though I went to bed earlier. It's fine. Don't worry. You can catch up at the end. It's not a problem. We've got lots and lots of people who are there. Lots of people saying, right, okay, Sara, after the show, you've got to put up your feet and rest. Lots of people actually. Helen saying that sparkle inks as well. You could use your sparkle inks to colour in your windows onto the acetate as well.
Idea.
That would be a brilliant idea, wouldn't it? Fantastic. Well, listen, while you are checking out and deciding what you have, even if you didn't come to shop today and you've thought, I've at least got to have one of them. And well, if I'm going to have one, I may as well have the set. And actually, the sentiments, they're really good as well. Remember, most of the prices you see on the screen are generally not the prices you pay, because as soon as you've made order number one, you start climbing the Club Inspire ladder. And here's Sara to tell you all about the journey of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
It is amazing, isn't it? And listen, I've been bitten by the same bug as all of you. So listen, you're in very good company with me. I'm absolutely hook, line and sinker. I love it. I absolutely love it. Paz, thank you so much. She says, love your creative ideas, Derek. I'll try some of those. Cecilia as well. I mean, my ideas seem to be rubbing off on the world, which is good. Tiny snowflakes cut out of silver glitter cards, Sandra, is a brilliant idea for that last demo. Lisa says, yeah, we'll have to get Sara to get a big bag of fake snow to put in them. That would be great for the Christmas cards, wouldn't it? Some advice coming in from, now, who was it now? Someone said, before you leave the cruise industry and come to Crafter's Companion forever, can you get a cruise together? Now listen, because Sara's delicate today, so I'm not going to put a stick in that ant's nest today at all. Not going to do that. We won't mention cruises today, Sara, at all.
Thank you.
You can
so
trust
is this
me.
what I need to do to get out of it all the time? Just have a bit of a cough all the time, and you'll just go easy on me all the time.
You get the sympathy vote. You see, I'm just a sucker for anything like that. Lots and lots of you having amazing ideas as well. Someone said, I'm looking forward to when you do the demonstrations, Derek, because you have all these creative ideas. Well, you know what? Actually, we're going to have one of those job swap days, Sara, one day. Once I get into my stride, we'll swap places one show.
Well, I did that once with Jo and I regretted it because I can't cope with everything you have to do over there and all the notes you've got and everything. It's much easier much easier to do the crafting. Let me tell you, much easier to do the crafting. Right, Derek, how are you with box making? Have you done any boxes yet?
No, I haven't actually.
Right,
No.
come on. Let's give it a go. Right,
Okay.
so I'm going to do a bit of box making. Now, if you're doing box making, you just need to be thinking, if you're going to cut into them with your credit cards, you will need your larger Gemini plates. This is why I keep my large Gemini at hand, you see, and use the smaller plates most of the time. So watch what we're going to do. I'm going to make a box. So if you think about it, I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to use the Nostalgic Christmas. Now, this die is designed to work on a 4x4 card. It's just less than 4x4. So I want a box that's going to be 4 inches square to cut this into, and I want it to be 1 inch deep. So if you think I need to come up 1 inch, along 4 and down 1 inch, and that's if this was tight to the edge. If I want to leave a little bit of a border, I leave a little bit more. So I'm going to leave, so that would be 6x6 would give me a one that was tight to the edge of here. If I go 7x7, it allows a little bit extra. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. I love this. New crafter, I can check as we're going along, you see.
Yeah.
So
No, because I'd never understood, actually, because you do need to understand when you're making the top of a box, you do need to understand how much more than the size of the top of the box you need to allow for, and that made it really simple.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the way to do it. So 7x7, I've cut this to, I'll just double check I've got that exactly right. 7x7, yep. So that is the right size. Then, oh, wait till you do some scoreboard shows with us, Derek. I'll be blowing your mind, right? With our scoreboard, what the beauty is, you see, this looks just like a ruler, but then you've got another ruler down here. However, this one says box base, and what happens is it's slightly offset. So for example, if I score my box base, first of all, at 1 inch on all 4 sides, it's not really giving me a base that's 1 inch. It's 1 inch plus a little bit. And then what it does is it's giving you the base that'll be a tiny little bit smaller so that it'll fit underneath the lid, right? So that is my 1 inch on all 4 sides. And I'm going to come to my lid and do 1 inch on all 4 sides on the lid. And then you do all of this kind of scoring and whatnot before you then cut your design in, you see, which will be the next stage.
Yes, because otherwise you might slightly offset it and you end up with some of your design going over the edge of the lid.
Yep, to do all of this, get all of this work ready. This is the lid I'm going to get ready, and I'm just going to cut you cut into the edge and take a little nick out like this, you see, and I'm going to do that on all 4 sides.
Okay, quickly while you do that, I know 1 or 2 of you are having just a couple of issues with checking out. It's not for everyone. Some people can check out absolutely fine. 1 or 2 of you are having some issues, and so we're keeping in touch with you as well. If you get yourself onto the Crafters TV Facebook page, our team behind the scenes, they're beavering away to try and figure out what that is, and we'll have it sorted toot sweet. So if you are having any problems, just get yourself onto the Crafters TV Facebook page, or of course you can always give us a quick call at customer services as well, but we're getting that sorted. But it's not for everyone, just 1 or 2 people are having an issue, but we are aware, and the beavers in the background are doing everything. But it might be worth refreshing your browser, I'm hearing. I don't know what really that means, but there you go. Have a little go at that if you know what that means.
Yeah, just hit refresh on the top, or Control and R, that generally does it. Right, I've just realised, because I had my Gemini widthways, I could go to 9 inches, so I didn't actually need to get my larger plates out, Derek, after all of that.
Brilliant.
So it just makes life a little bit easier
Another
with the
6
smaller
seconds
ones.
saved.
So there we go. So we leave that in, and then lift this up, and then it leaves, I mean, it sometimes leaves a couple of little bits, but look how much easier it is than popping all of those bits out. So that now cuts it into the top of my box. Now what I've done is I've then taken this and cut it again into a piece of white watercolour card, so that when it cuts out with your outer frame around, you get this sort of shape. And what I'm going to do is, just like I did before, I'm going to use some of those lovely colours. I'm going to use me moss, and I've got the wildflower one as well, and I'm going to do a little bit more of that colouring in, just like what we did before, Derek. Right. You're going to lose
this where I lose
again.
you?
There, this is it, yeah.
She's off. She's off into a colour coma right now. I love watching you do that though as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, because I think actually colouring is one of those things that it's like a rediscovering a joy, because it might be, and like me, you know, I've made it to the grand old age of 26-ish. Oh look, I've got that cough now. Where's that come from? And there's a big gap between colouring when I was this high, even smaller than I am now, and colouring now. And it's quite nice to sort of rediscover that. I'm sure a lot of you have done that as well. But the thing is, back in the day, you would have had what you called your felt tips, you know, the very, very basic ones. You didn't really know what you were doing. You know, the sun was always one shade of yellow, the trees were always one shade of brown for the trunk, green for the top, and that was that. Do you know what I mean? And it's really lovely to discover professional, affordable pens, inks, and different ways of using them, and just how effective that is straight away. Do you know what I mean? It, like, you get results that you think, oh gosh, actually that's not like being 6 and everything was one shade of whatever colour I decided. You know, getting your brush, using your brush tips, blending with the tri-blends and the aqua markers and your different sparkle pens and all of those things, bringing all of those together just makes it a real joy. It's like a real nice gift that you rediscover, isn't it? And look at that. Look at that with the purple. It's just, it's brilliant, isn't it? And that was so simple, Sarah, as well, wasn't it?
And also, I like that you kind of saw how I did the shading there. So I started with the colours round the outside and then dragged it in. So I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to put a little bit of that lovely moss right up the middle. Make sure my brush is cleaned off because we don't want any purple on now. So I'm just going to clean that off nicely. Yep. And then just drag that out again so that we get, and the drier your brush is, the more, the deeper the colour that you'll get. If you use a really wet brush, it's going to water out everything. So I'm just using a nice dry brush here to get that lovely shade. And I could sit and play like this all day. The aqua pen, oh, that's purple. That's purple. That's not what I wanted. The aqua pens are the best ones for you to use to do this sort of technique because they're so easy to work with, Derek.
So you're doing your first stroke with the thicker tip on the aqua pen.
I am.
Yeah.
Yep. First stroke, well, just to give me a little bit of colour to start with. So if I come straight down there with the thick one, and then I'm just using a water brush, which is just a brush with a little bit of water on, to drag all of that colour out so that we get like the two-tone effect as it was. Yeah.
And see, the great thing about watching Sara colour as well is that you don't have to be timid. When I first opened my tri-blends and I had a little go, because I've had a little go already, I might show you soon. But I was very, very timid with it. And then I watched some of the demonstrations and I'm like, actually, whoever you're watching colouring, you've just got to go for it. You know, don't be afraid of them. Don't be tense. You've got to kind of relax yourself a little bit as well. So remember, it's a joyous thing. It doesn't have any rules or regulations, and nothing can go wrong, really, can it? Just to talk about the checkout, one or two little checkout issues. It appears to be Platinum Club members that are having one or two issues checking out at the moment. But we are working on it. Don't you worry. And as soon as we've got that sorted, I'll be straight back to you.
Awesome. Right. I've got all of that colouring done ready. So now that is going to go on the lid of our box. So that's going to layer up over the front of the lid that we did on the box, you see. So if I just bring in Brenda, there we go. And I'm going to give her a nice little spray all over the back, and then she will line up perfectly. Now, bit of a tip as well, right? So if you struggle with getting it really, really well stuck down, watch what you can do. You can bring this on here. I'm going to stick this down over the top, and then to get this really nicely stuck, I'm going to just go and send it through the Gemini. So no dye, just the plates, so that you're just going to have the pressure of the Gemini, for the sake of 10 seconds, just sticks it really, really well, and then you know that's never going to lift. I sometimes get an issue with when I've stuck these down, they lift afterwards, Derek, and it's not the most professional look. Whereas sending that through there, few seconds, but that is now, I mean, that is as stuck as you're going to get stuck, all right? Now here we go. So to do a box, you just literally put little bits of tape in the corner, and then we turn the edges over. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the base, but we don't need to put anything on the base because you're going to be able to see straight through. And if you're just doing like maybe it's a nice box to put a card in with this on the front, then I would just leave it like that. If, for example, you're doing a box, maybe it's like me, you do a lot of homemade fudges or little chocolates or something, then I would probably stick a little piece of acetate behind that now so that it kind of seals the box. Or maybe it's whatever you're putting in the box, you wrap it up with a little bit of tissue first as well, some embossed tissue paper or something. Looks lovely. So a couple of little hints and tips there as well.
Gosh, the ability to make boxes is absolutely... that's a game changer as well on its own, isn't it? And actually echoed by Sonia, who said, when I received my first smaller Scoremaster, I said, okay, Sara says just score here and cut here, and you'll be fine. And she thought she was just going to rush through it and make a complete mess. Do you know what? She said it turned out absolutely perfectly, and she was following Sara's instructions, and that was when she was score, and she did it really, really quickly in Sara real time, which is quite quick, and she got perfect result first time.
Well,
Look at that.
I can well believe it. I can well believe it. How good does that look there? And then again, you want to stick a little bit of acetate in. The one I've done already, I just put a little bit of acetate in the front, and you can see it looks brilliant. But those are the aqua pen colours that we have on the show, Derek. I've perfectly picked out a selection of colours that if you're just getting started, it's going to be a brilliant starting point to give you a load of, like the whole rainbow. You can colour the whole rainbow with them.
Yeah, and I'll remind you of the details of those in just a second as well. And Sara, yeah, we've still got time to do one more demonstration.
Yes!
We will do that in just a second. But let me just recap everything that you are getting here. Remember, you are getting your 4 creator card panel dies there. It's a 5-piece collection because you're getting 4 dies there. Basically, in this collection, you're paying for just 3 of the dies and 4 are coming along, plus the 10 sheets of the solar gold glitter card there as well. $46 or £46 or $65. Of course, most of you not paying that price because, of course, you're going up Club Inspire as well. There is a multi-buy available on those as well, and you can buy them individually. Just to let you know, the Nordic Reindeer and the Bethlehem are running out ahead. Remember, this is the world launch today as well. It's always the best time to get them because it might be the only time that we see that 5-piece collection, you know, as one. The collection will dwindle as the supplies go down, so take advantage while you can. Now, we've also got the aqua pens. Sara's been using the ones from the selection that we've got on the show today as well, which remember is 2 sets. So it's the floral and it's the essential sets. Let me show you the essential first, because I think the essential are a really good base kit to have, because it's a really nice soft blend of sort of earthy colours, wonderful greens, and you've got different shades of green as well. You've got more of a lime, more of an olive, and then more of a deep there for your firs and your forests as well. But you've got nice neutral greys and blacks in there as well, which I think is fantastic. Now remember, for $22.99 you get that set of 12 plus the floral set as well, which is really bright and really pops in terms of the colours there. Wonderful, gorgeous, gorgeous greens that are different to your essential collection as well, which is really good. Plus those pinks and those yellows, which really jump out at you as well. So you've got a pretty universal set there with those 24 coming in at $22.99 or $29.95. Now we've also got for you our festive words collection. Now I got confused with this right at the top of the show because I thought, no way could you get both sets. I mean, they are a standalone product on their own and they are so beautiful. So usually $14.99 is the set, one set, but you're actually getting 2 for that price. So it's a 2 for 1. It's a buy one, get one free on this one. You've got lots of that. Merry Christmas, joy to the world, holiday cheer, happy holidays, Noel, ho, 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 and lots more in there as well. So it's very, very popular. And it stands perfectly side by side your creator card panel dies for today as well. They're brilliant. We've also got the quirky sentiment. So this is a 9-piece stamp set. These are so cute. These are... Let me show you. Actually, shall I show you some samples of where those have been used? Because they are superb. They're really, really good. And they're great to just add to your Christmas card making. So I'll show you an example of each of the one of the 9 actually, because I've got some samples down here. So you've got Merry Christmas. I'll go through these nice and quickly because I know you may have seen these before. You've probably got these in your collection. If you haven't, just add them because again, they're a nice addition to today. So naughty is the new nice. You've got keep calm and get your ho 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 on. You've got I'm Santa's favorite. You can see all the way the different ways that these work. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go, and I've managed to say that twice without singing it, which is very restrained of me. You've also got it's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around it. You've got sorry Santa, but naughty just feels so nice. Sweet but twisted, I love that. And don't get your tinsel in a tangle. All 9 of those, £18.50 or $25.50. Just like you, I want everything that is in this show. But I do want one more demo because this will be the record smasher, Sara.
The record smasher. 8 demos in a launch party.
She's done
and
it.
You know what? I could have potentially saved the best for last. Because how awesome is the little gift bag, Derek, that you can put your tea lights in. So you could put a little, not a real one, a pretendy one, or what do you call
Wow.
it? Like those little lights that you say, so that when you turn the light down, you've got like a little gift bag.
You
These
can get like
would
battery
make
tea
fabulous.
lights that you can flicker in there
Yes.
as well, can't you?
Yep.
How much in a store do you pay for a little bag like that looks that good at Christmas?
Oh, do you know? I don't even know when I've seen bags that look this good at
That's
Christmas.
true.
And this is going to be easy to do, right? So let me show you exactly how we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to start off with the base of your card. So what I've done is I've already cut this ready, and I've cut it to 8 inches by 5 inches, 8 by 5. And I'm going to start off with my scoring board, where we put it, and I'm just going to score an inch on all 4 sides. And it doesn't matter if you use lid or base, because it's we're only going to use one here. So I know I'm making the base of the bag, but I'm using the lid. But it's really that fly's eyelash isn't going to make any of a difference here. So you're cutting the base out, and bear in mind this is an 8 by 5, and we've taken an inch off each side, which means we're going to have an 8, 7, 6 inch by 5, 4, 3 inch. So 6 by 3 bottom. So very relevant, because bear in mind these creator cards are designed to work really, really well. They're 6 inches wide by 4 inches tall. So that's why I've decided to do the base at 6 inches. So I'm going to make all of that up, Derek. Because it's the base, we don't need to do anything fancy into it. I'm just going to use my tape pen in the same way that you saw me make the last box. And we're just going to put this whole thing together now. All right? So all 4 sides. Now, for the actual bit that wraps around, if you look at the one that I've made, I haven't folded the sides. I've made it as like a circular. It's like all one big one, right? So it's not got edges. It's flat along the front, but then it's kind of rounded as we go. So here's how I want you to think about it, right? We need to go 6 inches plus 3 plus 6 plus 3. So you need a piece of card which is 18 inches long, right? Now, if you haven't got a piece that's 18 inches long, you can piece 2 together. So I've just been using my A4 cardstock, and if you look what I've done, I've cut 2 pieces so that when I join them together, my board's 18 inches here. When I join them together, they're going to make 18 inches in total. Right, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to get something that's 18 inches in total. And I'm going to cut my pattern into here first of all. So I'm going to use the Bethlehem one. So I've used everything else twice. So it's the Bethlehem turn to be used for the second time. And I'm going to cut that into the front here, so that when we wrap it round, that'll be kind of the front section. And just hold that in place again with a little bit of tape. There's kind of no right or wrong way to do this. And we'll send this through and do all of our die cutting. There we go. So I'm just lining that up, and then straight through here, Derek, and we're ready to go. One pass wonders, these creator cards. One
Love
pass
them.
wonders.
They are brilliant, aren't they? I mean, and it's just so simple. And we've shown you, I mean, you think of how many different ideas we've shown you. I said the Royal Week. In the last couple of hours, I've just stood here. But in the last couple of hours, and think of how many different ideas we've had aside that as well. I mean, look at that, instant magic.
Isn't that fabulous? And you know, I thought I'd step it up a little bit again with a bit more gilding wax. Don't forget your cart load tonight, Derek. You're going to be having it on 25% off.
Yes, you want to take advantage of that. Well, lots of people are already. They seem to have found it already. And yeah, make sure you are with us at 4 o'clock, 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Of course, make sure you are with us. It's Craig and myself this afternoon. I'll give you a little heads up of the other things, or some of the other things that are going to be in Cartload this afternoon as well. I think you're going to love it. I know I am already.
It's a fantastic show. I know Craig's really, really excited. So, right, so there's my gilding wax on the base. And I don't know if I'll tilt it a little bit to the camera so the camera just catches it a little bit. Yep. And then I'm going to do the same little bit of silver on. So we can take a little bit of silver on the star. And I always like to put quite a bit of the silver one on, and then just have that kind of bouncing outwards. There we go. I think that looks spectacular. And a little bit bouncing on the the roof of the stable there. Right, that there. Now, obviously, if you want to put your tea light in or you want it to shine through, you're then going to take a little piece of vellum and we're going to stick our vellum behind. So the vellum's just going to go behind there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put plenty along the top and also on the bottom, and then just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to put a couple of little bits of tape along here as well, Derek, just to hold everything really, really well in place. There we go. So there's the vellum. Goes onto that piece there.
Vellum details are on the bottom of the screen, by the way, so that's available on the show. That's an amazing price, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. And you get, you get 15 sheets in the pack, so it's a good one. Right, here we go. Let me just get myself cleaned up here. I'm going to join these two pieces together now. So they will join together like that. And then I'm going to join them together. Can you see one big long round thing? So it's one big long round. And let's see how long I've got to play with, because the final thing needs to be 18 inches. So you've got about 18 and the width of a tape pen. Perfect. You'd think I planned it that way, wouldn't you? So that wraps perfectly around there. Now, if you obviously want to score it and then put the score lines in, you absolutely can do that. But I quite like it. I mean, to be honest, it would look quite nice like that, wouldn't it? With a little tea light inside.
Yeah.
But if you want to make it into the gift box, the gift bag, a little bit of tacky glue, because tacky glue is your one that's going to give you a bit of manoeuvrability, but also a pretty instant tack. So I'm using my tacky glue all the way around here on all four sides so that we've got that in. And this will dry clear. So you don't need to worry about it showing on your finished project, because it is going to dry completely clear.
So we're sticking this to essentially a box base?
Yes. So that's how you get the bottom of the gift bag is going to be like the base of a box, and then we're opening the top.
Oh, now you've opened a new can of worms here, Sarah.
Right.
That's brilliant.
That's going to go on the front. So I've just got to get this. I've just got to manoeuvre it into place without getting glue on my top. So you'll have to excuse me. I've got my priorities all wrong here, haven't I? I'm wanting to show you the craft, but not get glue all over my top. It's all over my fingers at the moment. So if I just manoeuvre this down onto here, as long as you've made this just slightly bigger than the 18 inches that we had.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, that's not going to manoeuvre around right. I just need this to be right in the centre. Do you know, I'm going to give myself a little bit more slack. So I'm going to open this up here. Oh, this is how strong the tape pens are. Look at this, Derek. It's going to rip before it'll pull it apart. And I'm going to put a little bit more tape on there. Just give myself a tiny little bit more slack. If I was doing this in real life, I wouldn't. I would sit and manoeuvre. But for the purposes of the demonstration, if I slacken it off, it's going to be easier for me to show you this connect.
Yeah, because we've still got two and a half minutes, and we haven't officially broken the record until it's finished.
We have, exactly, right? And then that's
No pressure.
going to come into there. Oh, glue is not my friend today, Derek. Do you know, I made this on Create and Craft this morning, and do you know what I did? I just didn't glue it. I just put it in place and didn't glue it. If we get glue on my top, it's all right. I've finished my show for the day, haven't I? There we go, into place like this. Once you've got it wrapped round, perfect. And then once you're round, that is kind of created that base shape. So that is then going to just push into place. And you can see kind of overhead there how that is the sides, because we've got that tacky glue. It's going to tack to the sides straight away. Can you see? So it's all tacked on the inside perfectly. Yep. And then I'm going to just give that a really nice stick round the bottom. Right, that is, and I've got that. Actually, it's good luck, not good management. We've manoeuvred it right into the middle perfectly well. That's come right into the middle of my gift box there.
Awesome.
And then all you're doing, Derek, is popping a couple of little holes in here and threading your first piece, and a couple of little here. So if I show you this here, all I've done on this one is added those little bits of ribbon to make it into it. And you know, I think it looks loads nicer with that little bit of gilding wax on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. It really gives it that edge, doesn't it?
Yeah. When I planned it, I didn't put it on, but I think it really just lifts it a little bit. Perfect. Right.
I love it. I love it. We've done so much in the last 2 hours as well. And you've officially smashed it, Sarah, as well.
I've smashed it, Derek. Smashed it.
Done it. Knew we could do it. It's been a very, very energetic morning. Let me tell you, we've got, if you're just joining us late, if you've slept in this morning, you've missed a bit of the show, no worries whatsoever. You can go back and watch the whole thing. Again, well over 40% of our world launch stock, remember, today of this new Christmas Creator Card panel die bundle has sold out. Now remember, take advantage of this bundle while it is around, because you are getting 4 of the Creator Card brand new panel dies for the price of 3, plus you're getting your 10 sheets of your Solar Gold glitter card thrown in as well for your £46, $65. Lots and lots and lots of you are making that decision right now. I know it's very, 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 very busy on the website right now. It is a big, big shop on that. It's really, really busy. Lots of you go for the multi-buys as well, plus the glitter cards that are on the show, plus the liner tape and all sorts, and the aqua pens, of course, that we've been using through the last couple of hours. Been very, 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 very busy indeed. Now, just before Sara and I leave you, just a quick reminder that we've got that special Colour Me Happy show tomorrow. So make sure you get your downloads for the Colour Me Happy show tomorrow, because we have got, actually, Sara is going to turn from tutor to pupil tomorrow, Sara.
Oh, no pressure. I am feeling the pressure. Tatiana is going to be joining us. She's one of the illustrators that we worked with on developing the Discovery Kits, and she's a fabulous artist. So she's going to be walking me step by step through how to do a lot of advanced colouring techniques using alcohol pens to get like layering of colour, gradient, translucent effects. So if you want to download that workbook that Derek's got, this week's Colour Me Happy download is the workbook, so that you can get all of that original artwork and we can work through together step by step.
It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. Right, okay, you lie down now with some ginger brandy, you, and we will see you tomorrow on Colour Me Happy with us here on Crafters TV this afternoon. So 4 o'clock in the UK, 11 o'clock Eastern time. Craig will be back in the house. Oh, blimey, we've got so much on cartload. I don't even know where to begin, but I'm just going to give you a few clues. Gilding waxes we've mentioned already, 25% off those. We've got your shadow alphabets, and you know I'm a huge fan of alphabets. I think they're brilliant. We've got background stamps and so much more on the show. You might get a sneaky little peek if you go and have a little rummage right now. I couldn't possibly say. You know I'm not one for gossip, but I will be back with you in 3 hours' time with Craig. I hope to see you then. Bye-bye.